Some of you guys really need to learn discernment. I believe the women, but I still need to judge the facts. And if it turns out that the woman is in fact lying, you cannot ride or die with her because you are going to kill the movement. You are discrediting all victims when you stand behind something so obviously off. Okay? I wasn't there, but I've read the complaints. I have read the supporting evidence. I have noted things like, for example, the fact that Blake's side used an application wherein, after they extracted text messages, they then made it look like authentic text messages as if they were a screenshot in bubbles, when really they were not that. They had been altered. There were things that were missing. They were out of order. That is willfully misleading the fucking court, by the way, if that was presented to the court. That's problematic. But there's all sorts of things that you guys really need to pay attention to. And it's okay to have initially thrown your support behind her like I did. Initially, I thought, because I liked her. I didn't know what a piece of shit asshole she was, by the way. Sorry, no offense to piece of shit assholes, but I didn't know. I liked her movies. I watched A Simple Favor and enjoyed it. Gossip Girl, loved it. And I didn't know who the fuck Baldoni was. And I really didn't care for the whole fucking nice guy bit either. I don't care. But you have to be able to change your mind when you are given new information, right? It's reminiscent of people being hardline red or hardline blue, and even when the guy that they're backing says some crazy shit or does some crazy shit, they won't speak out against it because it's like, and then they do all sorts of mental gymnastics in order to continue to support something because it's something that they stand for. And they can't possibly hurt that side because they're on a fucking team. Stop it. You're losing credibility and you're ruining it for everybody. Let's just talk about speaking of suspicious shit, this whole HR thing, the HR complaints that they've released, right? The one that I told you in the last video, even TMZ doesn't want anything to do with. They shopped it to big legacy media outlets, and none of them wanted to touch it. None of them covered it. So then they start sending it to TikTokers. Why do you think that is? Also, here's the thing. Of all the things to redact in the HR complaints, the only thing they fucking redacted was the date. You'd think that if you were going to redact anything, it would be the identities of people to protect people's identities, but no. They redacted the date. Why do you think that is? Because they fucking filed the HR complaint yesterday? That's fucking suspicious. No other reason why you would redact the date. No other reason. And they think we're stupid enough to fucking not ask that question? All of this to say, you have to be able to be malleable enough in your thoughts to adjust them as needed. You're not doing anybody any favors going so fucking hard for believing the women. You are hurting the women. You are hurting the women. This is so obvious. And I cannot fault anyone who hasn't been keeping up or paying attention, okay? But there's several women in my comment section of that last video who are being really fucking awful to me personally. And I've been nothing but respectful to them. I would have to disagree. Here are the things that I've evaluated. And they just start throwing other things in there. Disparaging. Well, he's in a cult. And he was trying to, insane shit. Just give it up. You cannot be this hard line for something that is so... When you're facing that kind of fucking resistance, and you think everyone else is fucking crazy except for you, sometimes it's you. To my point, though, you're hurting the cause. You are not helping women. when you, to a fault, will back the women, even when faced with all of this new information. Of course, my initial reaction was to believe Blake. I had no reason not to. But then when I had a reason not to, I realized that if I were to continue to believe some shit that smells like shit, we all lose credibility. All of us. And that's real fucking shitty for all of us who are actual victims of SA, SH, all of it in between. Which statistically, by the way, I don't know that there's any of us who aren't. Don't get so caught up in your victimhood that you end up hurting the fucking cause. That's it. That's it.